Hello my dear Leos, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between June 1st and June 15, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read for the signs in the order of most liked video, so don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for your sign. I have put astrological information for the month of June in a video of its own that you can check out in my playlist Q&A. You can also find it at my webpage www.queenofcupstarot.se. The reading can go both ways. The message is for the people who watch, so if you cross-watch for another sign and recognize yourself as the main person of the reading, just trust your own intuition and you will get the message you need. I have added a new deck to my general readings that I have used successfully for my private clients for long periods. The lovely Argent Tarot I will continue using for the more spiritual mid-month readings. The new deck is the Druid Craft Tarot by Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gomm, illustrated by Will Worthington, and I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Leos, when I open your deck here, I see 8 of Wands and the Sun. So it's a very lovely energy. 8 of Wands, it's like the sun's rays, and we have the sun here. So it's liberation, it's clarification, crystallization, like when you really get it, you really understand something. It's also communication, rapid communication, can be traveling as well. Some of you might be communicating back and forward on internet or over long distance of time and space, maybe. It's very releasing energy. If you get this card, it's likely that some kind of communication, that's important communication or important messages, will come through. It might also that you will send important messages for yourself. 8 of Wands is also the card that comes when we have had like a battle with someone, and that needs to be sorted out and communicated. So this is the card when it actually happens, when we sort things out and really communicate. And here we have the Sun card, number 19. It's connected to you, Leo, since the Sun is your heavenly body in the celestial skies. And the Sun is about being the center of attention. It is also about being in truth and very clear, like giving what you see is what you get. Okay, so no secrets, nothing is hidden, everything is put out in the light, and you're also acting accordingly with your soul. The 8 of Wands is also connected to the 8 strength card in the major arcana. So it's about courage and inviting your soul in your body. Here it has kind of already happened. So these energies together can be like great creations, like you are on a roll when it comes to your creative life. It might also come through like some big love or some soulmate connection here. It might also be that you have really found yourself, really like found the inner core of you, and now it's shining out in the world. So it can be different things for different people. So I call the divine with love and light. And here we have the 6 of Cups with the Sun. So it definitely seems like some kind of reconciliation after the rough patches that you have been through during the latest months, Leo. So 6 of Cups can be reunion. Some old situation is being revived. It's also the past life and childhood card. So it can be also for those of you that's single and not looking for anybody, or happily married and don't have any problems with your relationship. This might be how you yourself have kind of welcomed back your child self. We see children in both of these cards, so it can talk about you honoring the person you were when you came to Earth. You're no longer trying to fit in or to be to other people's taste and try to be a person that can be loved. Now you just yourself, so and that's enough to become loved. Six of Cups is also nostalgia. We can reminisce about old situations, long lost friends, family homes, maybe our childhood home, or something like that, that we can be nostalgic about. But it's a warm feeling to this, so I'm thinking it's no sad memories. It's more like those were the days. Okay, it might also be like a welcoming of forgiveness or peace, harmony, things like this. The sixes are for harmony and for creating harmony between our peers. It's connected to the Lovers card, so we meet people to learn from them and create more and more love, connection, harmony. It doesn't always go so great, and previous you have been in some kind of situation where you had to withdraw a little bit from people, but it was to find yourself. And now when you have found yourself, there might be that your social life is going to hit off again with these wonderful cards that you have gotten. Okay. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have the Ace of Swords with the Sun. So more communication, more truth. So there might be some truth that will be revealed in the face of the Sun. So in the face of Leo, that is. Some kind of truth might come true. It might also come like a new mission, something. You might meet a new person, for example, and need to start to work on different things again. It's like blood, sweat and tears, victory at last. And it's also Ace of Swords. It's thoughts, mental capacity, air, and the water. This is the Lady of the Lake. So Queen of Cups, emotions. So it's like a combination between head and heart. So a union. It's these kind of quests where both our head and our heart is in it. So it's rather passionate as well. But it's always challenges with the Ace of Swords. They don't come easy, but these kind of challenges comes to people that's ready for them. So it's nothing you need to be afraid of, but it's like going on an adventure. You can feel harmonious when you are on your own, in your own living room, but here you kind of need to go out in the world and fraternize with other people and have some kind of adventure. So that will also come with challenges. So it's a good thing. It's like being alive a little bit. It's the main, is the red thread in any movie also, or any book. So I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether. And here we have 10, the wheel, and 19, the sun. So 19, 1 plus 9 is 10. So these 2 cards is also connected also with the magician. 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, the magician. This talks about it's the wheel of fortune, so it can be miracles happening here. Something might return, the wheel. It's always returning to the same place over and over again. So it might be that you have a challenge. You are going to have to deal with kind of your main karma in your life, I would presume, like the thing that always have been a problem for you. Now it seems like you are fit and ready to make another go at this, and to you're now much more illuminated, so it's a greater chance that you will make it this time. So it's very outgoing. This is the divine taking over the wheel, so you can't really control the outcome. What you can do is to be ready and be the best version of yourself, and try to always be connected with your soul and with your intuition, like what we saw with the Lady of the Lake, so you know where you're supposed to go. Okay. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. So I want my dear Leos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So it was suddenly ready there. Okay. So I will just tune in for a few seconds here. So Leo, first part of June 2018. It seems like there's a lot of miracles and synchronicity that's coming into your life or already present. Okay, so here we have your future there, and this is your now there, and this is your past. So in the past you have Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is in love relationship. It kind of says that you already have the relationship you are supposed to be in. So Nine of Cups is a situation where you kind of just wait for the right people to come in, or they have already come in, but it might not always be that you are that it's possible for you to be together with them for right now, but it's like you're content, you don't have to chase. Okay, so this might of course not be the case. It might be what the divine wants for you, that you should know that you are already have the kind of relationships that you need. You just need to maybe wait for divine timing, so the people will come and sit here with your table. Maybe they need to catch up with you, or they need to find their way to you. So it's like almost destiny a little bit also, that the invited people are already on the list, kind of. Okay, Nine of Cups is also a card of being able to vision the kind of future you want. So this person can sit here and imagine what kind of relationships or prosperous situation he wants in his life, and then it will come to him. Nine is connected to the Hermit, so that might be why he's all alone. So he needs some time and space for himself. So it's again with the divine timing. So maybe you have been a little bit lonely, but everything, you don't have to stress about it, because it's not like you need to go out and chase the circumstances that you are going to be in. They are going to come when you are finished with the hermit phase, kind of the phase when we talk to God and get to know ourselves on the deepest levels. So that was in the past. It might be May. It might also be like the story of your life. So different things for different people. And here we have the Ferrial. So it's the Temperance, the Alchemist card. And okay, something here in the, okay, it's High Priest also. Okay, so these two cards is 14 and it's 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. So this is the scientist that's collecting the data, and this is the library, the society where we put it all. So this is the scholars, and this is the scientist. Okay, the one that this is kind of the teacher, and this is the one that figures out what we should teach people. Okay, they are the investigators. So the Ferret is also the second card for love in the Major Arcana. You already have the last card for love in Major Arcana, the Sun. So first we meet someone with the Lover's card, number 6, and we fall in love. And with the Ferret, the work begins. In the fairy tales we say, and they lived happily ever after. In the real world we are saying, and then the work begins. It's like when your demons find each other, the wounds that you have match the other person's wounds perfectly, so you will really trigger each other, because it's like you have the reversed version. So if one is scared of responsibility, the other one is going to be scared of people that's irresponsible. So it's perfect to really rub you the wrong way. And yes, with the Ferret, it's we are here to expand ourselves, and to, if we are scared of irresponsibility, we might need to learn more about irresponsibility, kind of need to be able to rest more, or to see what other life has to offer than only work and organization. So that might be one thing, but you are just supposed to learn from each other. One is teaching their superpower to the other person, and the other person is teaching their superpower to the first person. And then suddenly we know, and that's what all our traditions and teachings and scholars, schools, everything is built on. It's the knowledge, the collected knowledge that human human beings have been able to collect here on Earth. So he also connected a little bit to the Akasha Chronicles, even if the High Priestess is more in that department. She's very deep with the subconscious, while this one more is about what you can keep in your head, like remember people's birthdays and what kind of thing we celebrated this time last year. Okay, so it's yeah, spring. Okay, spring equinox will be up here soon. So we, no, not sorry. Spring equinox has been. We will have the summer solstice in the end of June. So midsummer solstice is a big thing in Sweden. So that's a tradition. So it's about tradition, commitment, what we already know. And sometimes it can be very hard for this entity to change when there comes new sciences. Okay, so it takes a certain time for people to adapt to the new things. It will take sometimes it takes the longest time to get this into the schools. The scientist knows it maybe 10 years before it's taught in the school. So our student programs can be a little bit outdated because of that, because we don't have so speedy information. So we can say school is like this, but there's another truth that's already out there that we can figure out. So for you, it's like this between shoulds and shouldn'ts, and actually shoulds and shouldn'ts is the rules that we live by, but then we have the actual truth that the scientists always try to figure out. So we shouldn't lean too much to what we know. We should always be curious of so what's next, what's more to be revealed, what's like keep ourselves curious and not stay too much like sitting on our high horses on our throne and like this is how it is. Okay. So, and here we have the Six of Swords. So you had Six of Cups earlier, now Six of Swords. Six of Swords is much like the Ace of Swords card in this deck. It's about a union between heart and mind, and here we are traveling in relationships over water. So it's like how we travel together with other people. And we have the Hermit, number 9 there. We also have kind of the maybe it's the King of Swords, and maybe that's you, Leo. So it's like you and your different archetypes sitting in the same boat, or it might be you and significant other. Maybe this is you and this is your significant other. You need to look at the picture. It's usually very telling. And this is a journey over the river Styx. So it's like these people have died and are on the way to heaven. So it's not really dying, but it's a metaphor for transformation, spiritual transformation, which we go through both when we meet in love relationships, number 6, but also with the Hermit, number 9, if you turn number 6 upside down. So these things talks about the relationship to myself, the relationship to others, and how to deal with this, how to and the solution is usually try the best you can, do the best you can. No one will really judge you. You will judge yourself because when you kind of don't make the right move, you will have to do it again and again and again until you figure it out. There's not really some like wrong and right. It is, of course, but it's because we are experiencing the consequences when we do something wrong. So that's the only thing. You do your best, and then when you didn't succeed, really, you will get the consequences, and then you'll have to do it again and again and again. So when they go here over the river Styx, meet their maker, the maker is going to say, yes, you did great, but you're still going to need to come back for those 3 things that you weren't able to solve because you didn't believe in it, or you didn't feel that it was important, or you refused out of stubbornness, or whatever it is. And it's not like a punishment. It's just like, okay, here we go again. So this can be the time in your life when you kind of digest things that you have been through and make a plan for the future, how to do things better. It's like you're seeing your life from another perspective and see what's out of harmony and how you can fix it. In Tot Tarot, it's called, in Swedish anyways, the scientific rose. So it's like the of your heart. So it's like a flower of knowing that's expanding in your heart, making you aware of of where your heart really is, and therefore the mind can also join there. So and you can express what you feel in your heart, what's truly there, beyond the lies that you tell, maybe because you want to appear like a good person, or you want to appear like a person that don't care, or you want to appear like a person that have their thing together. And but here comes the truth, like the real truth, the heartfelt truth. So here we have your past, and we have the strength card. So this is also your card, Leo. Usually we see a lion here, but this is replaced in this deck with a wild book, and they are very stubborn. And we can see on this woman's posture that she doesn't look as stubborn, but she looks very proud of herself, and she's not easily, she's not going to easily budge. So she has this other side to her as well, where she can kind of run through bushes and maybe herds of cows, and not stop for anything, because this is like the symbolism of the wild boar is someone that doesn't stop at nothing. Okay, so your soul doesn't stop at nothing. You are set on a target, and no one is going to be able to talk you out of it. You're very passionate about this, whatever it can be, that is your dream, that is what you are dreaming for. I'm sorry for the flares. I've taken down the the curtain, so it shouldn't be so dramatic, but it's very, very, very bright outside right now. And here we have a 10 of cups, so 9 of cups, 10 of cups. I'm thinking that you are living very close in harmony with yourself, and the people that's in your life, you're also living in harmony together with. Also, this is about dreams and creations. So if you are a person that creates something, you work, this is a person that love their work. You can see all these potteries here that they have created, and now they are taking like a little break in this creative work, and everyone is happy because it was fun. So it's something that you love to do, people you love to spend time with, aspects of yourself that you love, and it's like you're getting better along with yourself, and everyone is kind of aligned. We also see a rainbow there, which kind of emphasizes this miracle with the Wheel of Fortune, miracle, synchronicity, things coming to you just by you being more in tune with the things that you want, instead of being upset of what you don't want or what you don't have. So here we have also a Prince of Cups. It might be a Pisces person in your life. It can be a Cancer or Scorpio or any sign. It's usually a person coming with an offering. It might be that you have got an offering. Prince of Cups together with 8 of Wands, for example, it's this with apologies. It's like a person coming with heartfelt apologies, but it might be that you have got some kind of chance when it comes to romance or career, or maybe there's a windfall of beautiful things have happened to you when it comes to maybe your creations in your life. There might be different creations. Some people are just at work for money, and then they create a garden at home, or create a beautiful home, or they have a hobby. So there might be a windfall of things there as well. But it seems very sweet. Some of you have suitors, and you might be the suitor as well, but it seems like you are offered something here. It might have come through something. Someone has told you that they love you, or it can be even it's like a person is loving you for you. You are loved for who you really are, like this, even if you are not the most sweet and empathic person. This self-esteem and self-respect seems to draw in a lot of beautiful things in your life here. So that's wonderful, and it's your own hard work that has got you to this point where you now it might not be like a crowd of people in your life. There might be a chosen few here. Maybe you can recognize these people, and that you can live in harmony with, and create love. You don't have to have so many relationships. You just want to have harmonious ones to make you happy. And here we have the 19, the sun. It's when two whole people, like people that have worked with themselves, become whole and healthy, love themselves, don't have so much drama in their lives anymore, meet and join together in the holy matrimony. So for some of you, you might even have gotten married here or engaged, or it might be that someone is coming with an offer maybe in late May for you with something wonderful. And here is an Ace of Wands, so it's like a new beginning. It's a new chapter in your life, something wonderful that's beginning. If you haven't got any offers and there's no suitors and things in your life, it's just like your own energy, this, and maybe the people that you're with, and that there's very harmonious, and people are like really trying and be the best version of themselves. They are applying themselves because this is what you require no less. So therefore you have become like a good example, a good leader with those two cards. So you lead your the people in your life towards more harmony, but also more creation. So this is you have the Sun card here and the Ace of Wands. This is the strongest cards for energy in the whole deck. Actually, I think maybe all of the readings up till now have gotten this card, maybe not in the beginning like this, but so it seems like many people are starting to honor their own soul and their own dreams and their real dreams, and following their own inner creativity and doing the things that they were actually here to do. And why it's like this is because you have started to love and align with yourself. So finally you could align with your soul, and now there's a prosperous windfall of beautiful things in your life. Maybe you don't have to work so hard and still get like this beautiful energy. And also when this kind of energy is present, it can be this pitfalls with this. Of course, you can easily get angry because when there's a lot of energy, we saw the Eight of Wands, it can also exhaust you. It's like Uranus energy hitting you. It's new beautiful energy that's going to solve things for you like automatically, but while it's downloading, you might be a little bit exhausted. So if you feel like sleeping, go and take a nap. If you feel like taking a rest from what you're doing, go and take a walk. So really nurture yourself through this situation, because when we have this great kind of downloading, we need to be careful with our body because it can't tolerate how much stress, like too much stress. If you have a lot of stress with a lot of energy coming towards you and you're stressing around in your life, being very well organized, you might get sick. Okay, so but here it looks very harmonious, but it's just this energy is a little bit too intense almost. This is like the sun, and this is the sun in the magnifying glass, can cause a fire. Okay. But it's a challenge, but it's also all the male aces are always challenges also. The female aces like earth and water is more gifts, while the male aces always comes with a challenge and an adventure, something that will wake up your life spirits and not put you to snooze again, but you might need to snooze. Okay, so and here underneath the strength card we have the Five of Swords. So you are not going to budge, Leo, if you are presented for a situation which you don't like. If you feel like someone is coming with a bad offer or saying something like you think is not true, or something that's disharmonious, someone wants to create drama or steal your stuff or whatever, you're not going to budge. You're not going to let someone rule you this way. So because the strength card is above there, but this is one of the fives, and we have the 5 high priestess, 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. So there's something going on here. When you might have been, as I said, with the Nine of Cups here, a little bit more isolated, and now you're with people again. So then there might be more situation like this where people are going to rub you the wrong way. Just take it as a gift, because if people are upsetting you, they are pointing towards your wound where you're still not really healed. So be grateful, and also see how far you have come with how graceful you are acting in these kind of situations. Maybe you don't get nervous anymore. Maybe you don't get really upset. You're more like telling your truth, being sure here. Try to not be this person, you know, stealing the other person's swords. Even if you are very brave and courageous now and don't back for anything, other people might still be in an old set of energy where they might still be judging themselves, not loving themselves. And if you come out as too hard, you might break other people's spirits. So be careful with that. Just because they don't know maybe the things you know now with the Sun and the Ace of Swords and everything, it doesn't mean that that you should look down on them for that. Okay. And here we have the Ace of Cups. So here comes the gift again. It's the gift that the Prince of Cups is holding, and the deep love that's present here. Very deep, since the Sun is there. So it might be, like I said, a soulmate relationship, soulmate love. So it's coming in offerings, but the person that might be offering it might be offering it in a, you know, peculiar way. For example, if someone really loves you, if you are in the 3rd grade and you are a girl with long hair, they might pull your hair. So that's a stupid way to show love, but it doesn't mean that they don't really feel this. It's just that they are in a caveman state when it comes to how to express this love. Instead of going to someone, to this guy that you are so interested in, and saying that, oh my gosh, you look really interesting. I really want to talk with you. Hello, my name is. Instead, you might spill a drink on this person and you know, try to get contact in a way that's not obvious. So it's actually, maybe you don't want to be humiliated with expressing your love, or someone else doesn't want to be humiliated. So therefore they come out as a little bit like rather offensive than loving. So it can be very hard for people to express vulnerability. It might make them a little bit lost, and they might do the opposite of what they wanted to do. So they want to call you and say that they are sorry, but really they are calling you and saying how angry they are with you for the things that happened. And when you all both hang up, you are more upset than you were before, and they are missing you even more. And maybe they are pounding their head and saying, why didn't I? Okay, so there might be misunderstandings coming through here, but with the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands that you have and the Sun card, you should be able to see through this and be like mature enough, adult enough to see through this situation and fix it. Not, you can't really, you know, if a person is a coward and can't stand up for what they really feel, you can't really help them with that, because then you would just spoil them. But you can tell them what you see. I think that you are calling me because you are missing me, but what I hear here is just frogs coming out of your mouth. Maybe we should hang up and you should rethink what you really want to say, and we can reconnect with on a later in a later situation. I see funny pictures in my head. Okay, and here we have a Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is it's Libra, so it's justice. It's a person that doesn't want to upset things, doesn't want to reveal things. It's I'm blindfolded, I'm crossing my hands here, the swords. I have secrets, and why I have these secrets is because I don't want people to get upset with me. I don't want to tell what I really see, or I don't want to expose what I really feel. Maybe they will be offended with me having these demands on them and saying how much I care, because maybe they are not at all on the same level as me. So it's a person acting very careful and might have troubles with communicating themselves because they are so locked up, maybe in self-judgment still, and not really loving themselves through and through. We see this person almost bleeds here with the garment here, and they are naked, but they try to cover themselves with the crossed arms here. So you need to understand that if there comes people that's being in some way rude towards you, they might not have that kind of intention. It's just that they can't act naturally because they haven't aligned with themselves in the way that you seem to have done here. But this might be you as well. Like there will come a situation, will repeat itself, and you will forget all about this, what you have learned, and now you're struggling with the same things again, that you can't really tell the truth to people, or what you really think about this situation, or what you really would like, or you can't really express yourself in the way that you want because you're afraid of conflict, you're afraid what other people think, you're afraid of humiliation. But most likely it's a person from the outside. Might be a swords person, another Leo, of course, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, any fire sign. Since you have a lot of fire, I don't see any earth here. And here we have the world card. So 21, the world, and it comes under the sun. So as I said, there's a lot of like the divine has a lot of expectations from you now, and they expect you to be adult and to have been through enough of challenges to be able to handle this situation with grace and care. Okay, the world card is connected to it's 2 + 1, it's connected to 3, the Empress, so being unconditionally loving, but also being able to integrate all the lessons you have learned up till now. So it's like a grand finale, or a big it might be a big soulmate connection in your life with these cards as well. It talks about the soul's path here. So you are walking on your highest path towards your highest destiny, and more are required of you. You can't go back to be, easily offended, or or easily falling into drama. More are required of you. You have such a great powers now, so if you use them in ways that's not that great, you might actually harm people that doesn't have this kind of self-esteem that you seem to have gained, Leo. So you need to be a little bit careful with your surrounding. It's like a parent-child situation. You need to be the bigger person here. Okay. And here we have the 7 of Wands. So this is Mars in Leo, so it's warrior energy. Of course, you shouldn't let, even if you know that the person loves you, and that the things that comes over their lips might be distorted and almost offensive. Even if you know that it's not true, that they are expressing themselves in bad ways, it doesn't mean that you should spoil them with being too gracious either. So this is so hard when we come to this level of development. We can't really lean to black or white. We can't be like always nice or always, defending. We need to see the nuances, the small differences between what you need to do. You might need to be firm but very warm and loving, or you need to be firm and also be angry, or you need to be unconditional loving, because if you're firm in this situation, the person will get spooked and scared and might go back years in their development because you freak them out and they say, oh, I will never do that again. So you need to be careful. You need to both be, here it says keep your boundaries, be very strong, but this is kind of aggressive. I don't feel that it's aggressive in a hateful or bitter way, but it's someone using their strength very clearly. And as I said, even if people comes and attacks you, that loves you. It's Alpha and Omega within love, so it's a great love story here, but it's like one person doesn't know how to love or how to express their love or how to show vulnerability, and it might make you real sick and tired, like, well, this is kindergarten, I'm off, like, don't ever call me again. So it might be this too for some of you, and I'm not going to say that one thing or the other is right, because we have the world card here, so you know what's right and wrong. So you just go with what your soul tells you, because you have such a sharp intuition right now. Okay. So, and here we had the feral. So it's something of the, like the old, that wants to come and present itself. And here we have the parent-child situation. So even if you're male, it's like you're a parent in this situation and the other person is a child. The reading can go the other way, of course. The Leo can be the childish, angry person here that can't express love, and the other one needs to have tolerance, or kind of says, well, come back when you have grown up. But it's all major arcana cards, and here we have a Page of Swords. She's about truth also and rebellion, but she can be together with the Empress, of course. She can be she's a little bit less mature, okay? But you are in this situation with these less mature people to learn something important, or to practice the thing you already know, and to become like more and more skilled with this, okay? So that was June, the beginning of June, and this will be the later part of June for most of you. And we have another 10 here, and it's the female 10s. So it's earth and water. It's very fertile. It's very prosperous, and it's yes, it can be boring. Like, I have lived in this house. It's beautiful, but I don't see its beauty anymore because I have lived here for so long. So I take everything for granted. So it might be this too. So I'm thinking with the Five of Swords here, I'm feeling also with this person here, we can see this gray-haired person. So some of you might be dealing with a masculine entity that, like, it might be within a female as well. It's just their masculine side. That's very, they have kind of become stuck with something. You know, I told you this about the High Priest here. It's the Taurus also. Taurus, this is Sagittarius. So a person can be, like, they're so used to having their will through that they can't really take in these new teachings, because the new teachings might mean that what they have worked with their whole life, like, this is how it is, you know, it's not how it is. And that might make this person totally disoriented, because they identified so much with this power position. This is how it is. I know, I have this figured out. So if you have changed a great deal, Leo, and you are dealing with people that are not, they haven't followed you on this trip. It's kind of, they haven't developed together with you. They are still in the old knowledge, while you have, you know, jumped into this new knowledge, like how we should do it today. It's this new love, this new way of connecting, this new way of working. And this person is set on the old way. They still loved you. It's like a person wants to be married with you, or wants you as the employee in their business, or wants to start a business with you, or wants to continue their business with you, or love to have you in the family. But they just, it's like they think it's a competition, like you have been too strong now. You have become too strong, so they want to take you down. You are threatening their power position. So it feels very shaky like this. So I'm thinking, if it's like this, the person is scared, and you don't have to scare them more, but you shouldn't let them continue ruling either. It needs to be equality. It needs to be balance. If you are as capable in the situation as they are, there's no need for you to stay back just because to pet their ego. Okay. So it might be, some of you might have like clashes with parents maybe, or a boss at work, or some other kind of authority figure. a husband also, or a wife, like the government. Some guys calls their wife the government, and she might be very used to rule. It might be you also, Leo, but for most of you it will be this way what I'm saying. And if it's the other way, you need to just adjust it. The energy is the same, but the different roles that people play might be like, you might have this role or that role or this role. It varies between different theater scenes, but the play is the same. Okay. And here we have a Prince of Pentacles, so a little bit more earth. This is Taurus again, and it comes underneath the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So it might be that you have a very loving situation with an earth sign, like a Taurus. It might be Capricorn or Virgo as well. Ten of Pentacles, Prince of Pentacles. Here it seems like it's harmony. But we can also see this kind of in this line. It's a person that you're supposed to be with, but they're very suspicious of you, hiding behind their big shield there, ready with their weapon, and this Scottish cloth here, being a part of a tribe with cultures and traditions. This is how it should be. I don't say that Scottish people are stuck in the old, but I actually love Scotland. I have lived some lives there, amazing lives. But it's this with the clan mentality. Okay, so everyone should listen to the clan leader. This is how it is. Okay, so it's like you love someone, and they are kind of having a little bit problems with acknowledging the authority that you have stepped into here with this energy here, the Strength and the Sun, and also the Ace of Wands. So they are kind of watching you and trying to figure you out. And so this is in this row. So it might be water, air, earth person. In this you have water and earth. So this person can be two different people in the same reading. It's different this way and this way. But it can also say that this person is watching you, but they are loving you from their very heart. This is a very slow going person. It's a person it's totally unable to take the next step in anything. They have great dreams, great plans, but they are not kind of the doer kind of person. So they need someone to drag them along a little bit, dragging them out on the adventure. We can see this horse is ready. It's waiting for its master's instructions with the ears listening back, and this posture is kind of, in any second it would be ready to move on. But the guy on top is not ready at all. So emotionally they are ready, but mentally probably not. Okay. So they have the heart, emotions. Horses are emotions. The heart is in the right place, but their head is, they want things to be another way, like as it has always been. Like, I'm the boss here. Okay. And Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles is a very good card. It's for cooperation, perfecting, having the same karma over and over and over and over again until you have perfected it. So same nightmare over and over again until you solved it. So it's like someone is coming here for a second chance. They haven't really changed that much, but they are ready for another go, like another round in the boxing match. Okay. And with the best intentions, with these cards, with the best intentions, even if they are stubbornly stuck in their old ways. Okay. So it's beautiful. Can be beautiful friendship, can be a partnership for life with a snail, like a very slow going entity. It can be a new project that you are a little bit hesitating about, like you don't know, do you really want this or not? But it's a windfall of money and materialistic things here. So it can be like suitor materializing, a shy suitor, or it can be like an offering of some new creativity endeavor, a new job, a new career, and you are going to be great at it. There's still going to be like difficulties at the workplace, because it might be also a little bit of envy. I'm not feeling that very strong, but it's like a little bit of standing and watching the Leo here, and are they for real, or like are they nice and shiny and happy here because this is genuine, or are they trying to charm me and fool me? So some people can have these kind of like question marks as well. And here we have a Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is Libra, as also the Two of Swords is, and it comes from Ten of Cups. So some of you might have like, it might be a mother entity, or an actual Libra, or a Gemini, or an Aquarius, or any person that's kind of, they are a little bit judgmental. They don't really engage so much with people. You see this person is living on a top of a cliff. It's like a hermit. And she has closed her eyes because she can't look at the ugly world. It's the Leo is much more positive. It's embracing the life experience and always finds solutions, while this person is kind of, well, the ship has already sailed, everything is broken, the world needs to crash it, we need to have the apocalypse right now because everything I see is crap. Okay, so it's not that she's oh, she's a little bit bitter, okay, but it's not that she is like undeveloped or anything like that. It's just that she works through her mind, and when you see things through your mind, you see things as they are on the surface level. And on the surface level, things can be awfully ugly. But when we see things through a soul's perspective, there's so much potential. Okay, there's a belief in human beings and their capacity to change. So it might be that we have one entity here that's very slow going and suspicious and don't have so much hope. And then Leo comes with all their hope and, well, we can fix this. This is so easy. We just do like this and everything will be wonderful. And even if it's not wonderful, I will be able to deal with 8,000 problems in the same time. And this person can't. It's more like a person being very fragile, because this is like it's like oracle, like the oracles of Delphi, saying things like they see things as they really are. They can look at you and see like, oh, this is how you are, this is your agenda, this is they know a lot of things, but the things they know scares them. Okay, so that is what we are seeing here, a person being scared, but they are in love. It's a great love here, but and soulmate connection as well. But what to do when you don't have any hope? Okay, and we can see this as well. So this might be this person, if you want to reconnect with someone that's like this. They don't believe in fairy tale endings. They might not want you to come and communicate with them. Okay, so it's a person sitting here on the top of the hill and having a wall and not letting you in. So this might be also an when you have it on the outside, you also have it on the inside. So the Queen of Swords might be a part of you, Leo, that doesn't have so much hope and says, well, I've seen it all before. Same old, same old. I'm not going to invite this crap in my life again. Forget about it. And it doesn't matter how much soulmate connection and love there is, or you know, missions. It's just no. Okay, and here we have rebirth. So the divine is saying yes, and the Queen of Swords is saying no. So we have 20, 19, 21, 20, all this end of the game card. It's not like end of the game, it's over. It's end of the game, I made it. It's miracles. It's things solving, people finally just changing because the old issue isn't there anymore. So they are not sad about this old thing, so they don't have to be grumpy, so they don't have to act like they did before, and everything is just solved in the bright sunlight. And here you have the child coming out from the tower, so it's some fragile entity. We can see it's all a nudity here in the end. So it's someone being showing their true self, even though they are really scared with these other cards here. So it might be like a person wants to be vulnerable but don't know how to do it and needs spiritual guidance. And I'm thinking it's an offer of love, or offer of reconciliation, or like you are the one, or they can't really forget about you, or you can't really forget about them. It's something like that. So it's hard to be a human when you don't have like you don't know where you are going. You have kind of a map, and that's your heart and your mind combined. And maybe a compass because you have longings, but you don't have so much more. You don't know the outcome, but it's like the Leo energy in this reading and also the divine here have the kind of setting that it doesn't matter if it doesn't have the best outcome. What matters is what we do when the game is on, okay, not where we end up. So being ready to fully invest even if we won't ever make it. So it's like this very spiritual willingness to take whatever comes along and make the best of it. Okay, so I will read the Two of Swords card for you. That's central of this reading to make you understand this energy a little bit more. Ace, Two of Wands, Two of Swords. So, two views, two feelings, or two people are in opposition, and you are trying to create a reconciliation, peace, or harmony between them. You may well achieve peace temporarily, but it's likely to be an uneasy one, and meanwhile the storm clouds of repressed feelings and unresolved issues are gathering. In the end, the clouds will break and the tension will be revealed as the conflict is finally resolved. Alternatively, the card may be indicating that you are struggling with a dilemma and feeling unable to choose any one course of action, that you are procrastinating, wavering in your resolve, or are protecting your feelings by deliberately not facing the problem. The card itself, though, may be pointing to the need for diplomacy and negotiation. The spiritual warrior needs to act with integrity, sensing when to confront, when to decide, and when to placate, calm, or compromise. Depending upon the individual circumstances, any one of these actions may be appropriate when relating to a conflict of ideas or relationships. So it's what I said. I feel like you're dealing with a person that needs things in the old ways because then they were secure. They don't like new inventions, and they are shy and also a little bit offensive to you. But you still need to deal with them in a very loving way. And you also have the rebirth card here. So it's about being honorable, seeing things from an above perspective, not looking what's best for you in this situation, but the best for everyone. So having that kind of divine outlook on life. Okay, so I will also take a Sacred Rebel Oracle card with Elena Fairchild. So Sacred Rebel Oracle card, not so many for my dear Leos. One, thank you. Yes, beautiful. That was kind of what I couldn't express with this card. Free from judgment, free to love. So you don't hate people for not being able to fulfill your needs or to see things your way. You can see them as they are and understand that they can't understand you. So it's like what I said, being the bigger person here. Okay, so free from judgment, free to love. Imagine a world so infused with bliss, love and wonder that you naturally and always feel as safe as a nourished, cherished baby in the arms of the universal mother. Kind of what we see here. Life mothers us with kindness, and sometimes when we need it to grow through challenges as well. Accepting this mothering in its gentle and fierce phases can be difficult at times. Yet there are those brave enough in spirit to go forth on their life path with absolute trust in the universal mother. Some are even part of our plan to help mother others so that they too can surrender fear and live more freely. This oracle comes with a message for you. You are learning about mothering and being mothered. You might not do this in a typical way. It might be through bearing children, but it could also be through adopting children, raising children, or otherwise taking care of children and loving them as if they were your own. So it's also talking about other people's inner child, because even if this person acts tough, they haven't really have to communicate with their inner child. So their inner child will be very lost, because this person hasn't followed their soul. They have followed society's rules, and therefore their inner child is in the basement somewhere and not being loved. So that's why you need to treat this person with delicacy, because even if they are rough on the surface, they are very fragile on the inside, like a child. You might also be learning. You might also be learning how to mother on a rather different scale, working with groups, communities, causes or purpose that need your devotion, your energy, your belief in their value, and your willingness to be the wild tigress, like the strength card here, or the supportive shoulder to lean upon in order to bring those worthwhile groups to life. You may also be an aspect of the universal mother on spiritual level. Some people that do this are male, some are female, some have children and some do not. Some are healers and some working in seemingly more ordinary professions. They have a mothering aspect in common, and they love and respect life. They believe in life, are moved by compassion, and are generally encouraging and respectful of people. Rather than taking perverse delight when someone stumbles, they want to help. They are ordinary people with an extraordinary natural tendency to nurture life around them. This oracle brings you confirmation that you are amongst the Universal Mother's special clan of nourishing spirits that help to honor life on this planet. You are also being asked to open up to receive more nurturing yourself. You can do this for yourself. You can also choose to open up and allow others to nurture you. It might make you feel a little bit vulnerable at first, especially if you are not used to doing this, but you don't have to worry. You will get used to valuing yourself enough to know that needing love and affection from another is an opportunity, not only for you to receive, but for someone else to give, which involves them to being received too. And when we help other people to give to us, we actually help them to grow and become less spoiled. If you are tired and have been taking care of everyone else, then take some time to shift the pattern and allow life to support you too. The Universal Mother helps the helpers so as they can keep helping. It works rather well, you see, for those that give so much are also receive abundantly. So that's beautiful, and it kind of sums up the whole reading. I just could have chosen this card and you wouldn't have need the rest of the reading. So okay, my dear Leos, I hope this helped. And thank you so much for all the likes. I hope you will continuing hitting the like button and share the love, you know, to the mother. And I am so pleased that you finally have a good reading. All these fights that you have been through, they were worth their while, because it's like you have come home to yourself. But now you might also need to give love to others so they can come home to their self. So take really good care of yourself and of others, and be blessed. And I welcome you back also to my midnight June reading that I will perform in the beginning of June. Okay, bye bye.